Hello, friends of Komodo platform, friends of Pirate Chain, pirates, hello. I'm Giuliano, friends of Bitcoin and crypto price chart friends, friends of Origin Trail. It's the 3rd of November, and I'm here to share with you some crypto price charts. Sharing the screen, go. Yesterday was beyond expectations with the Origin Trail. Today, continuing to exceed expectations. There was a listing, Coinbase listing. The charts were indicating something, and that's what came, something of significant note. And if you're joining me here, watching this video, hope you're enjoying it. Thanks for being here. Hit the like button, would be very helpful. I don't know how helpful, not that it matters. Thanks for joining. I'm going to share some charts. We're going to look at this CoinEx exchange with Pirate, our BTC. We're going to check out this KMD BTC, still hovering in our levels, but Pirate turned around here, looks like, at least intermediately. And then with the Bitcoin at 62,900, let's just see where we are. Now with the Bitcoin, it seems as we middle and sideways ourselves here, which it looks like we might be doing on a daily level, the altcoins are willing to play, because you know what, after this, Bitcoin gets real big. And I'm wondering, I don't know where this is going to end. Let's see, give it a sec here. Let's see if this is what happens. Oh, booyah, perfect. So 1-to-1 would be there. So let's say we get something like, where are we going here? So that would come around there. Okay, this would be a daily, right? So probably we could trace it out with more Fibonacci's, but let's say we get something like this, okay? All right, giving us some sort of formation like this. Whatever it is, okay? And then we're, this would bring something upside. Now, is that the case? That would be wild November for altcoins, in my opinion. And there would be some ups and downs in the meantime. And yeah, so we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. But so far, that's kind of the potential here for the BTC. So we're going to leave it like that. We're going to give it a little one of them. We're going to do this. I hope this is enjoyable for you. And yeah, let's leave it there. Okay. Actually, we don't even need it there. We'll find it. The trend lines are what we're looking for anyway. Okay, hopefully this sticks in the chart. If not, we'll redraw it later. It happens. Same thing happened with the Origin Trail price chart. We'll get back in there in a moment. First, let's check out Komodo platform, KMD against BTC. Just trying to hum along above the 1700 Satoshi levels and try and maintain what happened here, you know, which over the last couple of days has been interesting and positive. Interesting in the volatility, not unexpected, of course, if you look at this and you understand me, you know, all these huge wicks. But anyway, but the positivity of remaining above the 20-day moving average. There's a daily price chart, KMD BTC. After a strong return, it took 4 candles to bust this candle here about 27th October, but trying to stay here again above this level here, which is important. That's the idea, trying to just hold this as support where previously it was resistance, or at least failed support. Here, resistance back in July. And then there's a lot of price action that correlates here as a resistance and support in that it's a general zone. But yeah, we definitely want to stay at this specific level here where it was previously resistance, previously this type of support area right at the wick level here. All right, anyway, there's your KMD. It's looking good, but it's kind of correcting now. We did go into that the cloud on the 4-hour level, and now just again humming along. the bottom of the cloud, still within it, but now at the lower end of the 20 period average. So maybe it's going to dump down a bit, but we'll see. Maybe not. Maybe it'll jump above and go higher. Ideally, we're looking for the higher now, because at some point you're only going to make so many lows. Like, how many does KMD, is KMD really the one that just keeps going like that? Well, maybe. I mean, whatever. That's KMD for you on the 4-hour time frame for now. And when we take it to the weekly, just as a, whoops, it's a Wednesday, meaning we're almost done the day. It's just after 20 UTC. Okay, we'll take out the channel. All right, so yeah, overall, still unclear and weak, but yet strong enough compared to previous candle action. This is a weekly time frame, so this is very promising right here. 1, 2, and then potentially here 3. That's beauty. I mean, if that's not something for the KMD price chart, it will take a lot for there to be something, because it's such a long time frame. 3 significant lows higher than each other each time. Like, is this just going to begin some momentum for a higher move that challenges? So what we're looking for is a higher move that challenges these previous challenge levels, which correlate to this action here. That's where we're looking. So there's KMD. I like it overall. That's my opinion. If that's the direction of the moon, then take me to the moon. There. Now, it's KMD. Brrr, we're looking for the pirate chain. Here it is, back in the 3,000 Satoshis, 3,371 showing currently. Isn't that wild? Nice daily candle today on the daily price chart, spanning the range that reaches even into this box we've had drawn for quite a number of days. This was drawn even before here, you know, well, maybe around here. You check previous videos, but whew, shaking with excitement overall, not just because of this, but just generally, there seems to be a lot of life and joy available when I tap into it. So, and then you get, you know, a lot of, I enjoy it from the price charts. They look beautiful. I like the action of the markets, and I hope you are taking something of value from this too. So anyway, we're reaching back above these price levels, and so that's important. A nice big pirate candle here with a big FU. Let me out of this mess. But you know, last time you got squashed, so we'll see if this one can stay big and bold and then stay above this 20-day moving average. It'll have to hold, and then we can try and see something higher for posterity. We really want to reach into here and hold that, and beyond that, this is the level to match. So something like this area here as a level, which is, you know, 48 to 5,000 Satoshis. It's going to be a tough one, but as you can see going back, it relates. And of course, there's the price action here, which is more significant in terms of resistance now, because that'll provide this, and even this candle here. All of this will be the level. So, and that also relates back here too with this action. So let's give a new box to pirate chain. Calling all pirate chain, new box to pirate chain. Okay, let's get in there. What are we doing? We're taking a box to pirate chain. And we're going to be around this level here, this level here. It's really up to, let's bring it down to here. Okay. It's up to then the next level of resistance, which is like 48 or 5,000 Satoshis, 4,800, 5,000. It's just before that, between the 45 to 48. Okay, so currently we touched up to 3,600. Now we're hovering 3,300, and that's where we play today. Pirate chain. It's going to take some time to get out of this hole. It's like we're on the sand and walking, and then oops, somebody booby trapped us, and now just trying to get out of there after gathering our wits. So that's a pirate chain price chart on the daily time frame. Look where we've come from. This is a logarithmic scale. I'm going to just take us here. So this is a lot of structure here now. We have a ton of structure. Look at this cloud. And in December, we have a nice narrowing and crossover potential here. I mean, it didn't cross over yet, but we then begin to see potential. So do not be surprised if we hover around here. This might be the significant range before we can get above and start playing there. In which case, really, we might be looking at something more long-term that ends up being like this. You know, I don't know where it would be or how long it would last. But yeah, maybe it would only last here. Maybe it would only be here and then it'd be done and out. I don't know. We'll see. Does that make sense? All right. Well, I get something like this. That's the feeling. And so in my opinion, into 2022, we're not going to break all-time highs yet. Like definitely not 2021. And it'll be into 2022 when it starts moving in that way. And maybe we're going to be getting to like 15,000 Satoshis. Well, you know what is crypto. Don't take my word for this, obviously, to begin with. And secondly, I often underestimate. So this level could be breached, but I'm more looking at like, this would be like, bring us back to 10,000 Satoshis, please. And then 15 is, you know, just, it's a beautiful opportunity, but I don't think it'll be sustainable. 15 is great because from 15, then you can get back to 10 and hopefully stay at 15 before in the future getting higher. That's the idea. All right, so here we are with pirate chain price chart, and so far, so far it is good. So far, so good, as they say. So I'm going to take away this box, though I don't think we need it. We already have the new box addition to pirate chain right here. So I'm going to extend this way. Okay. Yeah. Let's color this one. What color are we doing here? We're going to give you no. Sure. Okay, there you go. That's the level we're looking for. All right, it confluences with the Ichimoku cloud. And that's the idea. Okay, pirate chain price chart. Long term, 15,000 Satoshis is really what we're looking for. But 10,000 is best bet so far. And we're going to be happy to break 7,500. But before then, like, we need to start talking 45, 4,800, even 5,000 as resistance. We're not there yet. So it's going to take, that's, I guess what I'm saying, is going to take some time. This is a daily, it's going to take some time. This is a daily price chart. It's done its thing. And now what? Is it ready to just hang out here? Maybe, and then start finding a way out? That would be lovely. Okay, but even if it goes up, it'll likely find resistance first. It'll have to test. It has to test. That's my opinion. But anyway. All right, there's your pirate chain price chart. Let's see if this ends up being a thing here. I'm going to hide you for now, and you're done. Okay, thanks, pirate chain. Safe voyage to the. Now let us go to some crypto charts. Whoa, starting with KuCoin. I think we did even hit the 5,000. So origin trail on KuCoin price chart. Yeah, there we go. I think we have hit our top. And I do believe we did actually end up hitting that 1618, and all of those those Fibonacci numbers that were previously considered. So yeah, there's a 4-hour price chart. Let us go to the daily and see what's going on. Yeah, so anyway, this is the third daily green, and the second one was massive. But there's definitely room to grow on a daily, and weekly wise, it's the third weekly candle, but it has room to, for it during these days. I mean, this candle could either even get bigger than 5,300 Satoshis, or it could stay at this level, but in between go up and come back down and do its thing and have even a bigger wick or same size wick, or go down and then come up. But basically, I'm talking more so going up, continued going up on the daily, like continued green candles. So going up could go higher. But right now it's looking like obviously at the top-ish level, figure itself out and then go. It could be a few hours, could be a few days, could be a few weeks, could take a few months after this move here. So what I'm trying to say is this is a weekly time frame, and over the next few days, we could go back up, could come back down, could come back down even further, close wherever we close. This will be a third weekly candle, but on the daily, it could be comprised of, well, it's Wednesday, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there are 4 more candles to do something green and or something red and or things with wicks and all that kind of stuff. So it's all up in the air at this moment, but we are probably at the peak of this wave here, impulse, and now we're going to form some sort of correction. And based on previous looks, it appears as though we're going to have a 5th wave of a 3rd wave here, and then have a bigger 4th correction and then go higher. So yeah, I don't think this, I think there's going to be some sort of correction and then a bit more move up. We can count that out, but that's basically the idea so far. Let's use the weekly to consider it. So I guess the idea is this is a potentially a bigger wave 1, 2, and then now we're in a 1, 2, and then wow, here on a weekly, we're really just starting to form something incredible. That would be a 3 of a 3. So that could be the case here, forming a 3 of a 3. But notwithstanding this move here, if we just take this action here and start pulling it together, we might have like a 1, 2 here, and then we start moving here. Is this a 5th wave of the 3rd? Is this the 5th wave of a 3rd impulse, or is it just the 3rd wave of a 3rd impulse, or something else? It might not even be an impulse altogether. It might be an impulsive movement, but the bigger structure might be some sort of corrective move that moves in this direction. Okay, like trend-wise. Okay, so that doesn't seem to be the case though. It does seem to be like we're getting a nice impulse here and is part of a bigger structure. So that's the idea. It's the basic idea. Let's see if we have anything already pre-drawn. What do we have here? Those are just in there. So that must have been really the short close action. Yeah, it is. Okay, so let's go in and get a little closer. This was based on other ideas. So we go into the daily. We say, all right, so with the daily, then we start thinking, okay, maybe here we had a 1 and a 2. Maybe that's what happened. And maybe it started even here, whatever. Okay. Either that or this doesn't even matter. Okay. So the 5, is this the 5? If this was, we're going to reconstruct this. Oops, let's undo that. Let's reconstruct this for all you price chart fans out there, friends of Elliott Wave and Neo Wave and all that good stuff. So we're probably going to have to take even lower time frame action here, but basically, let us revisit here. On a bigger scale, we can combine this and this if we want. They seem to relate with Fibonacci numbers. Let's give it one of these. Just roughly. And the 3618 here is quite an impulsive move, quite an extension, we might call it here. So we might be in an extension here of a third wave in this larger degree, right? And then if we combine the one from before that, then that makes a third wave of a potentially a bigger third wave, in which case that might be why it's so huge. Anyway, there you go. So even if we don't want to start considering this, we could still consider just this impulse itself. So let's do that. When we start considering this impulse itself, this is a significant low that starts impulsing because, you know, we start having significantly higher highs. Okay, or sorry, significantly higher lows, and of course higher highs. So I would say on this move, what really it looks like is we have, you know, you started there, you had a wave there, now you've had your wave there. We're going to make our 4 and then a 5, wherever it's going to be. What's the 4 going to look like? Maybe the 4 is going to be deep, maybe it's going to be shallow. I don't know how much analysis really and speculation I feel like doing at this very time. I won't, because I don't know how much you want to be listening to at this time either. We can let it evolve. I mean, I'm calling a 3 here. Maybe the 3 is all the way up at 8,000 satoshis. But I said things like that yesterday, where, you know, it could go down, go back up. I mean, what type of degree are we even in? But let's say right now we take our Fibonacci extension. So let's first of all get rid of this. Let's take our Fibonacci extension with the 1 wave. Also, as this starts evolving on the daily, I'll pull out the RSI and the MACD and start looking for divergences. Same thing on the 4-hourly. We'll look at divergences and stuff like that. But for now, we'll look at some Fibonacci relationships, extension-wise, from low to high. We'll use the wicks. This is way bigger than a 4236, so this is a massively extended wave if that's where it starts, and if it starts here too, it's still massively extended. So there you have that idea. Now, if we take within here, maybe we have already as well some sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is your 5th. So, and in that case, this would be okay, good. No, what? Okay, so in there, we have this kind of action. So now we can just look at this impulse itself and not worry about a bigger impulse. So in that case, because look, this extension here is so big. If we're starting here as our wave, that's a massive extension. That's quite an extension. Good, good, good. Good job. You're a beast. Now, maybe we want to measure it against this extension. So we look here and we see, okay, it's still a 3618 type of move. It's crazy. It's wild. And if we want to, no, whatever. Let's just not worry about that. I get lost sometimes. There's too many things to play with. Okay, now we look at inside this wave. It's easier to look on the 4-hour time frame, but let's compare the 1, the 3, and the 5, and then we can compare the 2 and the 4. And then we can compare the 1, 2 here and this 3, 4 here. So, and this is clearly a third wave extension, at least. Here, Fibonacci extension. So the third wave itself here is almost 3618 when we look at it. Let's bring that a little closer. By the way, this nice little accumulation box, thank you very much. I'm going to send you away. Goodbye. Also, this breakout line, I don't even know if we're ever going to come back and retest you, because I mean, it's such a significant area, but Look at all this price action. Although this is a BTC price chart, so anything can happen. It can come all the way back down during a massive bear market. That makes sense. But I don't know. Okay, we'll leave it here since it's so historical based on this. Although, I'm just going to hide it. What? Sorry, friends here. That's what I want to do. Hide you. Okay, getting in a little closer. So again, this 3 wave is 3.618 times the length of the first wave. Almost, okay, almost. But that's, anyway, it's still significant. It's even more than 2.618, which is a significant number. Because that's, usually a 1.618 is quite an extension. Because 1-to-1 is equivalent. All right, so this seems to be the idea. And now let's compare the, whoops, please, the 3 and the 5. There you go. So the 3 is nearly 2.618. So, sorry, the 5 is nearly 2.618 of the 3. So now in this case, the 5 is clearly the extended wave. And if we start looking at a comparison, because why is 5 the extended? Because even though 3 is like nearly 3.618 of the 1, well, the 5 is more than 4.236 of the 1. Does that make sense? Compared to the 3 to the 1 here, compared the 5 to the 1 from here. Those are internal relationships. We're comparing it from like here or wherever you want to break it up. Well, not wherever, but yeah. And then the external relationships would be the 3 is between 1.618 and 2.618. And the 5 is, again, more than 4.236 external to the, external to the 1. Yeah, whatever, compared to the 1. So, so when you have that kind of move now, the 5 here of this move would be extended. That's the sense that I'm getting here. Because now we compare the 3 and the 5. And we're like, yeah, you're nearly 261.8 of that move. And you're likely to close around the 161.8 of that move. And maybe this is your top, maybe not though, but maybe it is. Okay, at least for this specific impulse wave up. So then, wow, there you go. That's a massive move, massive wave. And we'll compare again to the 1-2 here, just for revisiting. And it's more than 4.236, this whole wave. So yeah, and then again, we'll compare it to this sucker, because just in case we forget. And it's about a 3.1618 to that move. So that's wild. Okay, good job. So in that case, I'm thinking time frame wise, it might, like we're talking, well, who knows though? This is, again, yeah, who knows? This is itself its own special case right now, because getting a lot of volume exposure, getting a lot of notoriety, that's just bigger psychology. And crypto is pump city, so maybe this is the pump city, but maybe it just takes a little bit of time and we're ready to go for more. And how much more, who knows? But maybe not that much more. Maybe we're ready for, maybe this is the extent of the massivity of the move. We'll see though, we'll see. Stick around for more, and we'll see what that brings. So if we look at this 1-2, excuse me, and then we'll compare this 3-4. So in terms of this, it was over 161.8, and it was about, 61.8% retracement. Without the wick, it was about 61.8% retracement. Time-wise, spent about 12 days. So here, if we have the same type of retracement, 61.8 is at 2,500 Satoshis. Okay, if it's a strong retracement, like where it bounces at a 50% or 38.2. So when I say strong retracement, I mean actually a weak a weak retracement where the strength of the price to remain higher is there. It's a stronger price. So well, stronger price. Sorry for my amateurish vocabulary, but the price is strong enough to stay higher. It's a weak retracement compared to going down 61.8 or even 78.6. But maybe this is going to need the 78.6 levels further down, and the 4 is going to be way down here. But I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm thinking, yeah, 2,500 seems pretty reasonable, and more likely it's the 3,000, which is going to be the base. Maybe 2,500, 2,800, whatever it ends up being with wicks and other things. But I get the sense that wherever this is going to retrace, 3,500 Satoshis could also be a reasonable place, especially if we have a fifth wave coming and then we're going to have a bigger, like just a bigger movement and then a longer drawdown because remember, this is a smaller wave within a bigger structure. And maybe this is something where, again, coming in, I don't know where this is going. So whatever it ends up looking like this might be all pushed out. This, this 5 and things, the 4, it might be pushed out in time. This might be why out here. I've just put it here just as like a conceptual reference, but time-wise, it's could be somewhere else. So we can look at that time in just a second. We just looked at the 61.8 retracement. If we were look at days, and we start talking about days, we get, here's 12 days right here. I don't think we're going 12 days. Wait a second, not 12 days. Did I measure the wrong one? I might have measured this one. If I did, you might have caught that. We're measuring, oh yeah, that is what I'm measuring though, because we're this 3 to this 4. I don't think it's gonna be 12 days, especially after this move. So even 24 days, at least 24 days. And in this case, maybe even 36. So about a month, let's say, give it a month to correct. And then make it to the 5. So whatever, that's generally a basic potential here. And then from there, we can have a larger correction, in which case it might be, so wait, we want to get this to, okay, so we get it to here like this, and we have our 1 and our 2. And in that case, we can compare this 1 and 2, and now this 3 and 4. So let's say the 3 and the 4 compared to the 1 and the 2. The 1 retraced, let's call it 88.6, like 88% retracement, full on retracement. So in this case, maybe it doesn't need to retrace that much. Maybe it does, but maybe not. And let's say we go here, roughly. Let's call it 6,000, or let's be generous, 6,666. And in that case, a 61.8 would bring us back to the 3,000 Satoshi level. I totally think that could happen. I definitely give that a decent likelihood. And I don't know when or what or wherefore and how, but get the sense that something like that could happen. Now, is it going to be that pushed out? I don't know, but and maybe it needs to be pushed out even more. When I look at the time of the 1 to the 2, I see it as roughly, let's just call it for fun, about 160, give or take 10 or 20 bars. And here we're looking at, wait, if we're calling it around here, let's just imagine that end of December, okay? 160 times 2 is like 320, so 350. So maybe it'll be here. Maybe it'll be equal. Maybe it'll be less time. Maybe it'll be less time. Maybe it'll be equal, like 160. And then it'll make its pump. Yeah, who knows? Like it'll maybe be a triangle, something like that. I don't know what it'll end up being, but just these kinds of ideas are floating through my head. I'm glad that you're still watching and enjoying. I hope this is of value to you. But be careful out there. None of this financial advice. I think there's a lot of upside for Origin Trail overall. I do think there is room or potential for the correction to be coming soon, whether it's now or soon. I don't know exactly what we're counting here, but it makes sense to some degree here. And I hope that it made sense to you. And until we find out more, I'll be moving on, but keep coming back and enjoying some Origin Trail price charts, among other price charts, crypto price charts, and check out the Komodo platform and all that good stuff. And until then, I'm going to get out of this price chart. I want to recognize here. The XYO price chart. Oh, looks like Solana has also pumped up a bit in BTC terms. I think it was at the 33s. Anyway, yes, here's another of our favorite altcoins. Which one? The one that has a price chart. I'm kidding. Yeah, so it pumped up higher than this level. That's what this is the XYO price chart, XYO BTC on the daily. There was a channel that was created here with lows and highs and broke out of it here, impulsing up, came down, found it as support, up and down again as support. The breakup went higher than these prices, but it couldn't really fully hold and got resisted at this price level here. Came back down, but nice holding at the channel here, and now another pump up. So I think this is good because it's gone higher than the previous one, but we'll see what that means. I do get the sense that there's going to be needing some support, at least at the 6,500 Satoshis level here, maybe at worst 6,000 Satoshis is going to need to hold some nice support here. Okay, so we can add that in for XYO. Even 57, 5,800, but let's just call 6,000 clean. Okay. It's just a zone anyway, right? So that's not the level we'd like to hold as support, just in terms of viewing it. Okay, there you go. That's XYO. And that's it. I mean, what do you really want to see? You can put in the comments below. Also, thanks for liking the video, and just take care of yourselves out there. Stay hydrated. Keep moving around. And enjoy the crypto. This stuff is wild. I mean, if you like price charts, then you came to the right place. I like price charts too. We can talk about price charts. All right. We look at them together and make them all colorful and put some ideas down. All right. I'm Giuliano. Until next time, wishing you all the best. Love, peace, and happiness. All right. Goodbye.